Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. It is I, Ash. I nearly said Piggy. That's how used to the other intro I am. Joined by Piggy. Say hello.
Hello. Hello. I don't know if I'm being picked up.
Yeah, it is coming through. It just sounds rotten. But yeah, essentially, Piggy's lost her throat.
Too much sucking the old. I can't say it, but had to buy wrestling figures somehow.
You do have debts to pay. But yeah, this is Watching Walford. This is the introduction. This is the podcast. So the introduction goes as followed. This is going to be Watching Walford episode 139. And today's episode is going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 35 of 2025. All the episodes from the 28th of August all the way to the 28th. Did I say 28th twice? 25th to the 28th. We're running with it.
Editor.
That's not getting cut out. Mods cut out any time I sound wrong. And the storylines are Joel has a public meltdown because he can't deal with being even a slight hint of criticism from any woman out there. Even if it's a bloke, he's crying. He's crying. He's crying everywhere. It's great. Oh, that's not getting picked up.
Okay.
Next we have Oscar gets questioned. The attack is revealed. So that's a fun little tangent. The weird blending of the Brannings and the Trumans when, as we all know, Big Jim and Big Patrick, best mates back in the day. So do miss Jim. He was a legend.
Dance Revolution. We all remember it.
Exactly. Okie has a weapon. I would say gun in the chapters, but YouTube will ruin us for it, so let's not do that. And finally, Alfie confesses the truth over Zoe, the thing that was set up ages ago and hasn't really come to fruition. I don't remember. I don't know how long it's been since they initially set it up, but it is about time that we do see Zoe. So, yeah, it is about time. And anyway, this is the introduction. I get to do a lovely timestamp at this point. Do you have anything to add before we get into the first topic?
I will say, if you might mostly just hear me say, because my voice is gone. And no one will get this reference but Ash. I sound like John Laurinaitis, just, hello, people power. Just my voice is completely gone. I'm trying to work through it, but it really hurts to speak.
Yeah.
I've been smoking a 6-pack for 20 years. Since in the womb. But yeah. If I don't have much to add, just know I'm still here. I'm just
dying
in the
quietly.
Background. Yeah, quietly going just doing the
Yes. So let's start with the first topic. First topic is Joel is a public meltdown. And Joel is a weird week, right? Because it kind of kicks off with Joel. I mean, first and foremost, he's listening to another Drake Zagan live stream. And it's so ridiculous. And he's doing a tour, seemingly. He's touring around the UK. But to get into the concert, he has to pay 45 quid for a ticket. 45 quid for a ticket to a brainwashing concert.
Jesus.
I think even most of the Special White Hood clan, I think they're free. Don't have to pay for them. That's radicalization. It's taking the piss. The grifting's gone too far.
Imagine the clan forcing you to pay to join their fucking group. PC's gone mad. Got on the shitter.
Yeah, like, so 90 quid, because he obviously wants to get him and Tommy a ticket to the show. So he needs a job. So he says, look, Ian, I love you, bud. You've got such an entrepreneurial spirit. Is your hairline coming back? Ian, you're so delicious and juicy. Please give me a job. and Ian says, he basically says, I've got my own kids to exploit. Sorry, bud. They don't ask for a wage. Yeah, great. Yeah, cheers, Ian. So
Well, he is a gammon, so
true. He doesn't believe in paid labor. So Harry then sees this. Also, one thing to note: Harry, because of all the stress he's been going through, he has been snooting up the old sugar dust. I don't know. I don't know words for cocaine. He's been snorting anything. He's been beaking up. He's been having a beak. Big Gull's been telling him what to do. He's been beaking up, and so he sees now Okie's dropped that they need a bunch of phones wiped and like sold, because a couple weeks ago we saw when Kat was finally gonna see the voicemail that Alfie had sent, the phone got snatched, and it turns out that turns out that Ravi and Okie now have these phones. So in that way, now Harry needs someone to wipe all these like 40 odd phones that they're not gonna do. So he gets Joel to do it. He goes through this. Honestly, Joel kind of uses it as a way to just be a little perv again. He's like, oh, I want to see what's on these photos. I want to see what's on these photos. Like, all right, perv. Listen, perv. Pipe down. And
he opens the phone. It's fucking Olaf getting some snooty hooty fucking Elsa.
Jesus. It's a family show. And yeah, so Joel wipes it, but Tommy's there as well, and Tommy notices, hey, this is Kat's old phone. This is weird. Why would her phone be off? And he takes a look and says, oh, Alfie's got a voicemail here. I wonder what this voicemail will be. And it turns out they listen to it, and it is obviously revealed that Tommy now knows that Zoe exists. She's around. She's like, and Alfie's been hiding it, rather. Alfie's been lying to Kat about not knowing the truth. So this kind of puts Tommy in an unfortunate position. And this is while Tommy's like actually listening to this pretty important bit of information, and Joel's like, yeah, well, the thing about our dads is they're just little pussies.
No, he calls them betas or badas. He says one and the other.
Same thing.
He's an alpha. He said it himself. He's an alpha.
Where does Sigma lean into this? Oh, that's not even the right thing. That's the one more match layout. Don't know why that's got a code. Hello. Just some editing fuckery. Don't mind me. But yeah, like where does Sigma fit into this?
I think it's a tier 3. So actually, I don't know, because I think the bottom is beta. The bottom is beta, then the top is alpha. I think you probably have Sigma on top. And then you have like fucking alpha on top. If I had to guess.
I don't think any of us really know much about the manosphere, let's be honest. You're either red pill or you're blue pill. You're either woke or you're a truth speaker.
I mean, I love these. I've said it before, but I love this storyline so much. I fucking enjoy it. It's one of my favorite storylines because of how shit Joel is. Like, you want to punch Joel, but you also want to like see him get his comeuppance, and it's so fun.
Yeah, I'll say like you say it's shit. You like he's a shit kid, meaning not that it's been shit. It's just kind of it's really good in the way that how it's, like I said, Joel, because you see it, like, it's just, you see what he is. Like, he's wearing a vest. He's got no arms to save his life. Like, obviously, this is more so the Joel, the character. I'm not, like, taking the piss out of Max Murray, the actor. Who cares? Like, he can do what he wants. But, like, Joel's presentation, right? He's trying to be this big, like, alpha. But then you also look, he's not exactly, like, rippling with muscles, you know, like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. he's still just this like skinny little teenager who's like proclaiming he's the greatest, and he's just anytime that there's a woman that he can belittle and like degrade, he'll do it. Anytime a bloke will be there, he's like, oh my god, please stay away. It's crazy.
It's funny in a sense because you truly like want to laugh at him, and like you do because he's shit at what he does because he's like a horrible piece of human in real life, or not in real life, in real life in the show universe. Sorry, my voice. Um, what I do want to say is I fucking love the name Sack Driving. It is such a shit.
That is Drake Zagan.
Oh, Drake Zagan, because that sounds like something a fucking wrestler would be called in the fucking
Or it's an edgy like middle of the 2000s. Well, why's that going there?
user.
Yeah, it's like an edgy YouTube name of someone in the 2000s. It's like, who am I? Drake Zagan.
Hold on, just a question, right? I know it probably doesn't exist in the EastEnders universe.
Yeah.
But do you think Joel is on Kiwi Farms in 4chan?
He does have all the hallmarks of being a 4chaner. He really does. He's browsing all the fight threads that I've never been to, of course. Never seen any of them at all. Ever.
He's been on ripspace.com. He was the lad who left a hate mail to a 10-year-old who shot himself. I don't know if
in a
anyone
video
remembers
game.
that story. I don't think anyone remembers that story, but just for context, there was a kid. There was basically this website where they would find like dead MySpace accounts and post like all these people passed.
Oh
And
yeah,
one of them
yeah.
was literally a kid who passed. And either 4chan got a hold of it, or this website got a hold of it, and they fucking just left horrendous. Like this would make Joel look like he is Gandhi. They just left horrendous things on this kid's page, and he died. And they'd phone like the parents going, "Hello, can you pick me up? I'm at the graveyard. Please pick me up."
Jesus Christ. 4chan's
And
unhinged. It's also
it,
just funny because if you ever go on 4chan, there's the thing called like adult GIF or whatever, or like animated GIF, and you get racism, sexism, like on the same way you'll have like insert racial epithet wrecked thread, and then you'll scroll down one, you get femboy bubble butts. Like fucking hell, 4chan, what's even the point of you? Like, what's even the point?
I believe, and you can quote me on this. I believe, like
It's
in
that
the
one real.
2000s, I believe in the 2000s, femboys will be technically like considered with neo-Nazism. Like some of them would turn out to be neo-Nazis. It was fucking mental. Like Jesus. If
History
you
of
want us to
femboys coming to the
if you
Watching Walford Patreon feed.
if you want us to review 4chan, we can, but we'll probably get doxxed, so we're not.
That can't be put on the internet. that cannot be put on the internet. I'll have to censor everything. But yeah, it's just like Joel is he's a textbook 4chan. Maybe he's even an 8chaner, which we don't talk about that one. I think it was 8chan, which got ousted off the internet for not so savory images.
He would definitely be on Live Leak if he was around 10 years ago.
Some say he watched The Gauntlet.
Thankfully, I don't know The Gauntlet. Thankfully.
You don't want to. It's all I'll say is... fuck it. The Gauntlet was a wonderful website where it's basically, let's put a bunch of horrific videos in a row, and you basically just truck through it. And it's like, oh boy, there is a man and his head... his head will roll. It's like, oh Jesus, and it just goes. horrific, like gore, like horrendous. But it does exist.
I thought,
Never
I,
watched it, of
I
course.
thought, I thought you were on about like the website where it'd be like, where it's like heads or tails, and 1 minute you might
Oh,
get
that's
like a
also like
beheading.
that's like Reddit 50-50 as well.
Yeah. Where it's like a beheading or like a
Not
complete
not
pack.
entirely the same thing, but yeah, similar
Yeah,
concept.
yeah. Thankfully, I would never deep dive into that content.
Yeah, you just I mean, it's one of those things where a lot of people do it as like a teenager, and it's like, oh yeah, it's basically it's about seeing like how much you can handle, and it's like I don't know, it's a weird like I'm not saying it's like a slasher fan kind of deal, but you kind of go, what will fuck me up, and at the end of the day, you don't really want to know, like you don't actually want to know what will scar you, like sometimes you just see some shit on the internet, and then you just go. Yeah, that's enough of that.
I,
let's just stop now. I'm actively sad.
I think, I think like Joel will be the type of person who watches the Serbian film and just recommends it to people. Like he recommends it for context. Please do not Google the Serbian film for context. Please
see,
don't.
see, the best bit about it is none of it's real.
Well,
The worst
yeah,
bit is you have to watch horrendous shit like I did
yeah.
once upon a. It's like how and we'll get back onto the Jaws stuff in this. I don't know. This is a worldly of a tangent. This is ridiculous. But I need to change the camera. Yeah, so me and a mate Slater, we kind of went, let's try watch the most fucked up movies humanly possible because there's a weird fascination with horror and like shock and horror and like gore and see how far it goes. And we watched about 3 movies before Slater went Serbian film, and I went, this will probably be fine. It was not fine. You know when you watch something really messed up and you just kind of try memory hole it. Usually, I'm quite open about the shit I watch and the shit I do. I could not stomach the words to mention it for like 2 weeks. I was just like I was just in my own head, like shame, shame, shame. And it took like a good 2 weeks for me to be like, yeah. I was just kind of like alluding to the fact that it's really fucked up. And then it took like 2 weeks for me to actually go, yeah, so here's why I'm fucking scarred from watching this movie. Like,
It's
oh,
a fucking.
Christ.
I'll never watch it, but I know it's a very fucked up film. It, but like, it's funny imagining Joel like doing all these sorts of things because that's what he'd watch. Like he is this type of gammon where he would watch these sorts of videos and enjoy them in comparison.
I
Because
mean,
I
it's kind of in the more like kind of sad bit. It kind of is like a pretty sad pipeline that a lot of people do get into, where they just start watching. You know, if they're watching a bunch of porn, and at some point the porn doesn't really hit anymore, you kind of a lot of these people, if they are obsessed, you just go darker and darker, and then at some point it's like, oh, what is this? Is this really what like is getting that person off? And in a bunch of like actual crime cases and like genuinely horrific cases, sometimes that is the slippery slope that does take someone from being just like a little perv to an actual like criminal. Not
I
to
will
make it really
say
dark and depressing or anything.
I will I will say one of my favorite go-to online series to illegally acquire is Heaven POV, and there was one video with a adult YouTuber called File Fixing, and I went, you can watch the 22-minute version or the 44-minute version, and I went, oh, this won't be bad, fucking, because it's consent. It's like it. I will say it's legal. It's like consent, not consent. Where like she's like, just hit me, and you're watching, and like, oh, I can't. I have to stay away from this. And it's the one video that has always scarred me because I cannot watch it. It's fucking horrendous. But yeah, just in case anyone is going out there, do not watch it, please.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a certain type of person to be able to watch like it's even I don't know why we're having this conversation on an EastEnders podcast. But like
Yeah.
even just people, if they just get like smacked once, you know, I like a little slap. You're like, okay, but then you see it like, all right, let me just punch this fucker full
Oh,
force
yeah.
in the face, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
That is the porn video of Pulp Fiction I'm on about.
It's like,
Where like,
whoa, what the fuck?
and I don't mean like you can edit this out if you want, but she literally says in the video, "Hit me if you want," and it's like 10 minutes in, he's fucking punching or standing on the floor.
Jesus.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I had to click off. But you have that weird curiosity where you're like, oh, do I watch it? Do I not? And then I just went, I'm a sad loser. And then, yeah.
and then cried yourself to sleep. But yeah, like I suppose also I don't know why we've been painting such a vivid picture, but I guess in a way to kind of try and weirdly make it connect to the EastEnders. This is probably the similar pipeline that Joel's gone down. Let's be honest. It's what the
Oh, yeah.
videos are implying as to what kind of stuff he would watch. I know this may be a little bit kind of a bit too shocking for an EastEnders audience, but like it is out there. It probably is the kind of stuff that Joel watches. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't like women having any power. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's too far for this podcast, but well, we've had the conversation out. It's not getting edited out. So sorry if any of that was shocking, but also it's just, you know, it's out there. Basically, it's out there on the internet, and it's pretty alarming that regular people can get their hands on it, and you know, it can mess with people. It can really fuck people up. Obviously, if you're of sound mind, you probably don't watch those sorts of videos.
Oh, please don't.
Like
Please.
in your fantasies, you're not exactly looking to dome someone in the air. Like, I'm good, thanks. You know, maybe let's just have all. Look, just say they love each other. Just something wholesome, please, please. that is a joke. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild what's out there on the internet. And Joel fits in my lover 4chan. There we are.
He's definitely a Discord mod. Let's be honest. He's definitely a Discord mod. Hello, princess. I bought you your favorite gift. Hello, princess.
Now that's the way he goes on the opposite way. That's when he's no longer a men's right activist. He goes the other way. He just starts dressing up as a cat girl. All right.
No, he dresses up in a fedora and doesn't shower for weeks.
Oh no. But all right. So Jesus. maybe I'll actually make a proper timestamp here. But well. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, so yeah, so now where does it go from there? Though they want the phones. Tommy realizes that Zoe is in England, and he wants Alfie to tell her, but it's not. That's in the later topic. But where it kind of peaks up for Joel is sat with Tommy in the cafe, and they're having a discussion about basically, I don't even remember what he's saying. I think it's still talking about how Alfie and Ross are just their betas, you know. They're just controlled by women. He's not like that. And then I don't remember why it's because he like starts he starts trying to flirt with this woman who clearly looks way too old for him to be flirting with. Not in the sense that she looks really old, more so she looks like an actual adult. He looks like a fucking teenage boy. And then Lily and Amy come in, and then Joel starts mouthing off at Amy and Lily, and is just like, I don't know. And then Amy says something like, "Look, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of your incel boy band curtains." I'm like, yeah, get him.
Fuck off, you 4chan user, is what she said.
And then at that point, he just goes insane, picks up a chair, goes, "Are you scared of me now?" Throws a chair at the fucking wall. And then they all go, "I ain't scared." Like, he has this big freak out, and yeah, sure, people are a little bit stunned, but they're kind of like, yeah, grow up. Grow the fuck up. Especially like, "Oh, what? So you get to talk about me like that?" You know, what every Joel thing in the world. And I think this is when Ross and Vicky kind of storm in and see, right, what the fuck have you done now? he did launch that chair.
He did.
So this point, Ross takes him home. They're having a yell. He's like, "Since when the fuck have you ever seen me treat women like that? When have you ever seen me treat women like that?" And Ross essentially takes the man approach, and he basically just pushes him up against the wall. Like, come on then, fucking come on then. Gotta hit me. Gotta talk to me like that. Gotta talk to me. At this point, At this point, Vicky steps in and is like, Ross, it's because of you. And then Vicky like yells at him to stop, as Ross is probably about to smack his own son. Like, he's probably about to twat him on.
Look, nothing wrong with smacking a bitch, you know?
And then where it kind of goes is Vicky steps in, and then Vicky's kind of like, look. Also, I'll just say what she says now, but like, she just kind of goes, Ross, this is down to you. This is how you've raised him. You need to take a look at yourself. And she is correct, but mostly the thing that stuck out is the fact that she also paid off the woman who he harassed on the tube. So, like, yeah, Ross definitely is at fault for this. Ross is definitely at fault for this and for how Joel has turned out. But also Vicky has also been Ross has been the worst, biggest enabler. Sure, that's true. But also Vicky has been enabling him as well. So it was a little bit weird. Do you have any thoughts on that?
It is funny to see this. Like I've said multiple times, this is my favorite storyline in the show at the moment. I don't know if any that's being picked up.
Yeah.
On my end, the scale is not moving up. It's just stuck at one bit.
That's fine.
But,
I mean, just at the normal level.
No, does it?
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I like this storyline. Like I just love it. The weird thing about it is it bad that I want Joel to hit someone, whether man or woman, and then just get absolutely battered for it?
No.
Because I think... Oh.
No, I'm saying it's not weird. It's not weird.
Oh, okay. Because, like, I want him to either hit a woman or a man, and he just gets absolutely fucking twatted.
I mean, we even see this a little bit in the episode, where what I missed to say is when Joel wants to collect his money, Ravi comes on in. Harry says, look, you've not delivered all the phones, so here's half the money. Then Ravi comes in and scares him off. So it's kind of been like mentioned and proven that at any point where if Joel will happily pick a fight with a woman, because obviously in Joel's mind, women are weaker than him and women are more vulnerable. So he can bully a woman around more than he can bully a massive bloke. So he's never taken the fight with a man, but he's always trying to pick fights with women, and it definitely is leading up for at some point Joel will get slapped to fuck. At some point Joel will get beaten up. Hypothetically speaking, YouTube, he will absolutely get smacked, and then he will like cry and act like a little bitch, and the entire audience will be like, yeah. Go on, one more time. Go on. Then they just start like, back 10 seconds, please. Back 10 seconds. Pause. Go back 10 seconds. Slap. Yeah. And again, back one more time. Go on. Yeah. Because that's what we're setting up to, right? It's like Cindy. Cindy is such a cow for the most part that whenever there is a genuine bitch off and Cindy does either hit someone or get hit, when they build to it, it's like Ian, Remember when Gina smacked Ian, and it's like, yeah, thank fuck, somebody finally did it. That's what it's gonna be like with Joel. But yeah, just it's a weird. One thing I will say, and I think this is the last of the Joel because it's been way longer than it should have ever been. But hey, it's the podcast. Before Zoe comes back for good, should we do a final prediction as to whether Joel is actually Zoe's kid or not? I'm going to put you on the spot.
I don't know if any of that was picked up. But,
It was.
I would like it to be, because then they can ham home the he ain't your kid. Yes, he is. Entire debacle. But I would like it to be an original character or a character who's not really been seen in years. Like, imagine it's fucking Zaza, fucking Tina's child. I am like just a character that's never really been used, or just a new character. Honestly,
I've just
But it probably
forgotten
is
the
Joel.
entire. All I think is the one guy who like takes a toke of weed and zah, 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 zah. That's all I heard when you said Zaza. Anyway.
Is that the guy who says he's smoking some good kush?
Yes.
He's smoking that fucking Scooby 2 Venom symbiote shit. Or as he says, a symbiote. But yeah, I am looking forward to see who his mom is. Because imagine his mom just fucking batters him. Like, or she finds everything out online that he's been doing, and she just you know just fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Disowns him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as for my final prediction, is Joel Zoe's kid? Yes. Yes, Joel is Zoe's kid. We have to imagine, unless, like, the only other thing that I've convinced myself I want is I want her to have been in contact with Dermot, the Luke Slater. Not Luke Slater, that's Kyle. Yeah, Luke Slater, the Irish priest who we saw in Redwater. Obviously, that's unlikely to happen, so it probably is going to be... It almost definitely is going to be Joel is Zoe's kid. So, you know, I just clocked that in. Who knows if I'll make that a short or not? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so, all right, now that topic's done. Let's talk about Oscar Brannon as...
Now we have the betas out of the way. I'm talking about the alphas.
So, as of last week, Jack finds out that Oscar was to blame for Patrick's sack. And if you don't know or don't know the context, Oscar previously broke into the Truman home after seeing that Patrick had won about, I think it was like 6K on the horses. And he needed the money to give it to Ozempic Mike. And he needed to give the money to him. So he broke in, and Patrick came back, and unfortunately Patrick got hit, and then he fell to the ground, and then he was in hospital for a little bit, and now he's perpetually scared. Oscar didn't keep the money, but Howie came in and blackmailed them in order to get that money back. So now Howie has the secret that he has the money that Patrick won. Oscar and Lauren know that Howie has the money and is blackmailing them, but refuses to budge with it, and Patrick's now terrified. But, excuse me. But Jack finds out. Jack tells Denise, which obviously does not go well because, you know, Patrick's basically a dad. If there's one, you don't take that, but you just don't tell her if you're Jack. Just make the smart choice. Just don't tell her. It's not a good idea. And because of this all spirals out of control, and they kind of agree to settle it. But at some point, Oscar kind of gets some word. He gets some words from Denise, and then they go, "Oh, let's just not talk about it." Then Oscar runs off and then tells Patrick, "Look, it was me. I attacked you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but I did." And this sparks Patrick to have another panic attack, which he's been having so far. And with that, the family all kind of intervenes and they all go, fuck it. Oscar, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to jail. Just as we've gotten used to sweet, sweet Oscar, he's going to jail. Jack and Denise try and play Oscar's corner. Kim is disgusted. Howie he doesn't want his secret to be revealed. And then we got the returnee of Anthony Truman, who I made a ridiculous tweet or something because on Digital Spy, and yes, I do occasionally tweet on the Watching Walford Twitter, but not very frequently. It's usually lamenting that Hollyoaks is dying. So Digital Spy made an article suggesting EastEnders promises changes in Anthony return plot, and I said, can we change him to an interesting character, please? Get wrecked. But he does return, and is he an interesting character?
No.
Not really. But he wades in, he realizes Patrick's been hurt, it gets outed to him where he goes, oh, why is Patrick scared? And then it reveals that Oscar attacked him. And this is when Howie kind of chimes up, like, maybe we should give Oscar a chance. And then Howie says he's overcompensating. So Anthony just loads up, just cocks the old fist and just cracks it round Howie's jaw. Which is like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting Anthony to absolutely chin him. Yeah, so they then are furious. They want Oscar to go to the police, but I don't remember who. Oh, yeah, and then Lauren basically says, Howie, you fucking get Patrick to not talk and not send Oscar to the police, and then there won't be any problems. So, with that being said, Howie goes and says, hey, look, some people this could be his first, second chance. This could be his chance to do good. He clearly won't do it again. This could be the chance for him to come good. And obviously, with Anthony's return on the mind, probably brings up the memories of Paul and how Paul never really got his second chance. He was always involved in dodgy shit. So, you know, Paul definitely could have done with more second chances. It's just he never really got one, and then he was dead, you know? Like, he'd already gone too far. So he naturally kind of went, fine. And then as Oscar's sat in the police station, he's like, fuck it, just go. I'll just confess right now. I'll confess. I'm confessing. And then the police comes in and goes, you're free to go. What? Like, what? And they go, yeah, Patrick retracted his statement. You're good to go. Let's go. And Oscar gets off scot-free. Is your camera frozen?
No.
Oh, we're back.
Okay.
But yeah, and then so he gets off scot-free. Ian's like, what are you doing out? And then I think from this point, Patrick, Oscar goes to see Patrick and he says, look, thank you. I appreciate you for doing this. Patrick basically says, look, I'm a scared man. You were scared in the police cell. I'm scared forever. It's essentially, I'm not the same man I was before the attack, and that's down to you. And this kind of hurts Oscar, but at the end of the day, like, he did cause this, so he has to live with the regret of his actions. And then the family kind of rally around, and Anthony and Howie make up, and they all put on a united front for Patrick, and this is Patrick calls all the family around and says, hey, there's not going to be a wedding because I just don't want to do it, essentially. He just says, I'm going to postpone the wedding. It's off. And they all go, what? Why are you doing this? And he doesn't really give him a response. And then he goes to Yolande and essentially goes, look, I'm a scared man. I'm not the same man I was before. I am terrified. I don't want to, I don't feel like I can give you the things that, you want. I don't think I can give you the wedding. I don't want to like go out and walk. Essentially, he's kind of resigned to just, this is how I am. And then obviously, whilst I was watching this, I'm like, hey, we are kind of getting parallels to what happened to Yolande and Pastor Clayton, you know? Kind of getting parallels of feeling less than you normally do because of someone else's actions. Felt you've had that safety, that kind of that vulnerability has kind of been taken away. So now you kind of have to make up, obviously, the gravitas of the situation, not entirely balanced, you know. But still, the kind of Yolande had a real crisis of who she was as to what she went through, and reasonably so. Now Patrick's kind of going through the same. So kind of interesting. And then, obviously, Yolande goes and talks to Kim and Denise, and she says, hey, it's kind of like Pastor Clayton, isn't it? So, you know, nice, good writing EastEnders team. And she's kind of like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I am feeling it. And is there any more of this?
No. Howie's secret is kept for another week.
It's obviously... Nope.
Oh.
Oh, no, you just stopped talking. Oh, it's out. Just a very convincing statue. But yeah, seemingly nothing else. And obviously the Howie secret's getting unveiled at the wedding. It just has to. And so what do you think about Anthony's return so far?
That is my reaction. It's just that.
I mean, it's been alright. It's been better than I thought it was going to be, but also fundamentally, he's just not that interesting character at the end of the day. Like, I was surprised when he smacked Howie. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But also, I don't know. Maybe it's just the accent. Just the accent. He just doesn't fit Walford, essentially. And that's fine, because he's never going to be a regular in the show ever again. That's fine, but I don't know. There's just something uncanny about it to me. But like, the actor's good, and he does a good job. So glad that he's back. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, Oscar is out scot-free, and he's finally actually been given that second chance that he's not really had so far. So yeah. Next up, we have Okie Has a Weapon. Now, you kind of already discussed the crux, the main bit of this, essentially, is, you know, Harry gets Joel to clear the phones, and Harry is still very anti-Okie because he keeps doing the same shit. He keeps basically manipulating, abusing, he keeps basically ruining Kojo's life, in a sense. So when he's doing that, obviously Harry's getting increasingly more frustrated. And we get the origin story of his name, which I don't know if I like it or not. But it was kind of funny how it was done. Where his origin for the name is basically as a 16-year-old kid, the bosses would just tell him to do stuff, and he would just say okie dokie. And like, he had some funny line where like, oh, you might think it's some like African name. Nah. It's basically because he never questioned an order. Which is very cool, honestly. It's not bad. I don't mind it. And this all comes to like loggerheads as Harry keeps kind of being like, I'm really tired of your shit. And this is while he keeps having to get like toyed around with him. Okie says, there's a copper circling, and then he gets to the arches, and then Okie's playing with a fucking penny. And this is while Harry's like been putting off spending time with Gina. You know, Gina's kind of like, hey, let's get back to the flat. You know, let's do some, let's lay some pipe. And then Harry's like, oh, sorry, I just can't. And this is while George is staring down his fucking, like, breathing down his neck, like, ah. So, Harry, you done anything wrong lately? Done any crimes lately, Harry? And then a big confrontation happens where Harry goes to stand up to Okie, but as we've seen, Okie's got a gun. So Okie pulls
Got a
out
gun.
this gun. Hmm?
Oh, I was just doing the na 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 na. Na. Oh, he's got a gun, got a gun. Oh, he's got a gun.
Then he does have a gun. He pulls it out and essentially says, "Look, I've proven myself. I don't need to fight anymore. There's a chain of command." Essentially, he goes, "Shut the fuck, sit the fuck down, shut up." But then Ravi sees
Look,
this.
look, look, look,
Hmm?
look. He holds the gun sideways and he goes, "Look, bitch, I was made in the hood. Don't fuck with me. I'm a crazy ass bitch. Don't fuck with me. I don't know. I'm just a white cracker. I don't know.
Jesus.
Um,
Jesus.
editor,
He's getting
make me
taken
look
off the
bad.
podcast. That's the first preview. That's the first 5 seconds of the podcast. Just that line. But yeah,
I'm pretty fly
essentially,
for a white guy.
Ravi sees this and says, "What the fuck? Gun? That's not. I'm not dealing with this shit. You get rid of that fucking gun. Don't fuck with this. If anybody sees this, I go inside. You go inside." So he gets Harry to get rid of it in a wraps it up and says, "You need to get rid of this. Hold it at the flat." And Harry essentially goes, "I can't hold it at the flat because Kojo or George might find it." So he hides it in, I don't know what the area is, but the only way I can describe the area is it's the area that Ben overdosed in that one time about 3 years ago. That's the location. It looks like a little scrap tip, essentially. And he hides it under a slab. And this as also, and I'm sure he's been beaking up as well. Because he's not concealing the prints, is Harry. He's not concealing the prints. He's got his mitts on the glove, on the gun, and and then he cleans it with his t-shirt. Harry, please. Please. So he's fucked. He's screwed. And then we see, this feels like a red herring, but then we see Oscar show up and he sees what's Harry been doing, and then suddenly the gun's gone. And it's like, oh shit. And that's kind of where it really ends off, really. It's just that Harry thought he was doing the right thing by concealing the gun, but turns out he's just left it and somebody else has it and it's got his prints on it. So, yeah, it's kind of anything on this?
No, I just like me doing the slightly racist stereotype. That's definitely keeping in and being used as blackmail against me. So yeah, but I don't think I need blackmail on me. I already have probably blackmail on me. But I really wonder where this is going to go. Could you imagine if Kojo shoots George instead?
I don't know. Obviously, the kind of running theory is that Anna's probably going to get shot in some way. And yeah, just that, really. They think it might coincide with Anna's exit or Freddy's exit, or one of the two. We know that obviously Anna's leaving fairly soon, so... Well, we don't necessarily know that, but we're kind of assuming that she wasn't really kept on since Ben Wadey took over. So, yeah, maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't, but we shall see. Let me change the lovely timestamp. All right, so finally, the final topic of the podcast before we get to the awards and the after show. Can't lie, probably not much after show today. Unless you want me to talk for 3 hours by myself. So, Alfie finally confesses the truth to Zoe. Once again, there's not as much to go on here because a lot of stuff we've already discussed, like Tommy finding the phone, and therefore Tommy realizing that Alfie's been concealing the fact that Zoe, basically Alfie has been in contact with Zoe and he's not told Kat. So, after the big confrontation with Joel in the cafe, Kat's obviously pretty pissed off because she's like, why do you do this? Why do you hang out with him? And then this kind of goes into a big spiel, just like, look, I get I've not been a good mum, and I'm not trying to do the poor mum like thing, but why do you not? Why don't you respect me? Why don't you even love me? And this is as Tommy's kind of concealing like what he's actually thinking, because Alfie basically said, please don't fucking tell her. Please do not tell her. So he's been lying. So Tommy just kind of sits there and takes it. And so in a good way, he's actually like he's doing the smart thing. Like, it's why Tommy is always infinitely more likable than Joel, because yeah, Tommy has done some bad stuff, but also he's kind of, it's, you know, it's been a long time since he's been at his worst necessarily. So he has actually shown that he wants to do better and be better. So he takes it on the chin, and then he disappears. And he sends Zoe a text saying, I'm your brother, I can help. And so he disappears, and then this is when Alfie finally tells Kat, look, when I was in Spain, I was actually trying to track Zoe down. And this gets the reaction you would expect, where Kat is essentially like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? Why did she not come to me? Essentially all the things, like, you know, feeling like she's a failed mother, feeling like she's a failed, like, wife, just feeling like she's just fully shit the bed on every accord. She understands, and she's still, like, haunted by the guilt of how she could have been a better parent, and she could have stepped up for Zoe a lot more, but also, like, the shame of why she wasn't actually asked on, like, why she wasn't there first, why she wasn't the first contact. Because she knows in her heart of hearts that if Zoe would have contacted her, she would have done everything to help her, even if it meant they didn't get the pub, even if it meant that they had to completely change her life, she would have helped. But to have this taken away from her, and have Zoe and to have Stacey and Alfie in cahoots about it, kind of makes her a little bit pissed off. And she kind of, I don't know, it's the Cat special. It's always when Cat gets upset, she's kind of like, she's disproving of herself, and she's upset with Alfie, but mostly she's just ashamed of herself. And they basically go, look, now it's time to figure out, we need to find Tommy, we need to find Zoe. These are the two main people we need to find right now. And so they all kind of go searching, but they don't want to, like, arouse suspicion from the socials. So they all kind of set off to go searching, and they all agree, look, the main priority now is bringing them both home. And where is Tommy, you may ask? Well, Tommy's gone to some sketchy looking, I would assume a hostel. Gone some sketchy ass hostel. And he knocks on the door. And who opens it? It is Zoe. And Zoe... Zoe's not... She's still not... She's seemingly not... She's not doing as badly as she was seemingly. But she still looks like she's not been having a good time. And she basically said, oh, you're my brother, are you? And then says, are you going to come in then? Even though she said that, and she was still holding the door open, like, creeping through. You gonna come in then? Oh, yeah, open the fucking door for me then, Zoe. Jesus. But yeah, so now Tommy has met his sister, who I can't imagine he's ever met before, let's be honest. Feels quite unlikely. They've not really been in good stead for a long time. So now, and unless you don't want this spoiled, spoilers. Zoe's back next week. So, well, Zoe's back probably tomorrow, probably on Monday's episode. So Zoe is back. This is now the return. This is the regular stint. We are now finally going to see Kat and Zoe finally come together and finally have the angst off. How much angst are they gonna have after pretty much a fractured relationship since the Den Watts, like, death? So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be the first kind of huge moment that we really have been waiting for under Ben Wadey, and I think it is all gonna kick off just there. I think between this and Patrick and Yolande's seemingly imminent wedding, despite it being cancelled, are probably what's gonna actually embolden this era and actually give us something, like, worthwhile to talk about. What do you reckon?
Hold on. Zoe is a character I've never really seen before. So to actually like experience the character other than watching the Christmases or watching Walford is going to be interesting. Um, I would like to say I'm excited, but the way Kat is acknowledging this is very fucking hypocritical because she keeps saying, "Oh, my family this, my family that," yeah, but you're forgetting a child, Kat. You are talking about Zoe, how you do everything for Zoe. Where's Dermot? What about Dermot? I don't care if that's an inconsistency. You can't claim you were looking out for family when you're not looking out for Dermot. So what about Dermot?
I like how we've also done that. Neither of us have watched Red Water.
Oh, we haven't.
We
We
haven't
haven't.
watched Red Water, so.
That's why
But
we
yeah,
want Dermot.
obviously it's yeah.
And I don't really like the status because it's obviously like I always look out for my kids. I look out. I protect my kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what every matriarch says.
yeah. But it's also like, do you really? Do you really? Like you barely mentioned Zoe. Yeah, Alfie's barely mentioned Haley's kid he had. Like
Cherry.
she's only been mentioned. Yeah, Cherry. She's only been mentioned recently because we don't want to allude to the fact that Zoe's returning. Like so, like it's like, what the fuck you on about? And then like you have the idea of like Stacy also being like, I look out for family. Do you? Do you? When was the last time you contacted Sean? When was the last time you contacted
To be
Kyle?
fair, I think she
When was
was
the
with
last
Sean
time?
recently, but nah. But
When
yeah,
was the last time you were with?
Kyle's been forgotten. True.
Yeah, when was the last time you were with Kyle? Huh? And I know someone's going to actually correct me, going, well, actually, her name is Kylina. Yeah, because a woman can't be a man. Or a man can't be a woman. I forget which way it is. Um, just because I know I nearly said the word. I know some fucker would say that in the comment section. So yeah,
I got you fully
um,
tilted yourself. Fully tilted yourself, making you use your voice whilst you got a sore throat, you mad bastard.
yeah, um, but it's just funny to me, like where the Slaters are like, we look out for family. Yeah, and there's like 50 forgotten of you that none of you mentioned. Like, when have any of you contacted Bev Slater? Huh? When have you
I
contacted
wouldn't
Bev?
contact Bev, to be fair. Yeah,
Oh no, she's a
it's just the crux of being of being a big like matriarch. Like and Kat is ascendant. She is in that role. She is working in that role. But also, like, even you take a look at like Peggy and Pat. They were terrible mothers. Like they were terrible mums, and they would always choose like the name over the family, or choose like the husband over the kids. Like it's just who they are. Like not they aren't perfect people. Is the angle. But yeah, I suppose now it's time for the awards. Love the award show. We have 4 awards for you. We have the Chris Clenshaw for the most promising, the best prospect as such. We have Who Needs Slapping Down for, as the great Ben Mitchell once said. We have the Underrated Award for someone who should get more credit. And we have the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. Which one are you going to start with, mate?
the first award you mentioned,
Chris
please.
Clenshaw.
I'm I'm looking forward to more of this Joel stuff. I want to see him go to a Sack driving concert or driving Sack, whatever the fuck his name is.
Drake
What's his name
Sagan.
again? Drake Sagan. I really wanted to see him go there because this might sound silly, right? But I want the idea to be where Drake Sagan is like, going, yeah, so you basically fucking do this to women, you show them, and then it cuts to Joel doing exactly what he's saying, and then Drake Sagan turns around and goes, fuck off, mate, don't do that here in front of my concert, please. I need tickets to sell. I want him to like, where the guy is like preaching all of this mentality, but he doesn't believe it. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
It's
like
like
I want him to like I want to see him like go off stage, and then off stage he takes off like a toupee or something, and then he like puts on his like he like wears his like hemp bag, and he's secretly he's just a grifter essentially. He doesn't actually believe it. It's all just like a stage name, and he just comes off and he's like, and he kisses he gives his wife flowers and kisses her on the cheek, and like holds a handbag for her, just to kind of like ramp up that he is clearly a grifter and he is doing this for money. So I want it to be the false idol as such. I want it to be, this is who Joel idolizes, but even this guy doesn't believe it. I want that to be it, because I think
and
that'd be
then
really funny.
and then you can take the storyline. Hold on. You can take the storyline in a much different direction, where he becomes an obsessed stan, where he just loves, where he loves Drake Sagan, but he's just obsessed with him. He's writing letters to him. He's writing hate mail. He's writing comments on his YouTube channel. You know, um, but just side note. Speaking of these alt right grifters, do you know like how Taylor Swift got engaged this
Yeah.
week? Yeah, do you know Charlie Kirk, like that alt right, like who debates college students?
The guy who could eat an apple through a tennis racket.
I don't know. Okay.
He's got a lot of
Okay.
gums. He's got a lot of gums.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you see him do that? Is that his
No,
talent?
no. He's got a lot of gum.
Yeah, yeah. But like, if you don't know, Charlie Kirk is basically an alt-right grifter. He's not really like the same as Mr. Taint and that, but he's in that kind of MAGA group, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, what he does is, and South Park even made reference to this, is he obviously goes to college campuses and he debates wokies, and then when they debate back, he's like, "Editor, edit that out, please. They made me look bad. Editor, please." Um, but recently, the example I was going to give was Taylor Swift obviously got engaged, and he was like, "Now, Taylor, submit to your husband. Submit to him. Submit."
Jesus
And I'm like,
Christ.
uh, and I'm like, "Mate, she's a multimillionaire, but she's not submitting. She gets a fuck."
She's almost definitely the breadwinner in that relationship. Not that matters.
Oh,
They're
the
both
guy.
mega rich as well. He's like an
Yeah, yeah, the guy's
NBA. He's like a NFL star. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's an
I'm just
NFL
still
star.
caught on he could eat an apple through a tennis racket bit. That's thrown me. That's a life completed. That's the best joke I've told in a while.
Yeah, no, but it's the fact that I believe that. I was like, is that just the talent he has? Is that why he sticks around? But yeah, he was basically, there's this clip, and where I don't know the fucking. Can you Google the husband's name?
But
Like
like
who she's
Travis
engaged
Kelsey.
to? Yeah, there. He was like, yeah, your name's not gonna be like Taylor Kelsey. Can't wait for you to submit to your husband, because if you don't take his maiden name, are you really married? And I'm like, doesn't fucking matter, mate. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
just like who
fuck
cares?
it.
Oh,
But
we
yeah,
on? When we doing the awards?
yeah, we were. But yeah, come back to what I was saying. Drake Sagan, I really want him just to be the complete opposite of what he is online.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine Joel waits outside for him, and it pans to Drake Sagan putting his wife in a car, smooching her on the head, telling her, "I'll be out in a minute, sweetie. Don't worry, Pootie Pie. I'll be out there in a minute." And then he goes over to like to Joel and say, "How's it going, man?" It's like,
Bitches, right? But
bitches,
yeah, just
bitching. Am I right?
I don't think that'll be funny. Most promising, still Tommy. I think Tommy's really good. I think the actor does a genuinely good job at being kind of like a conflicted teen, and he really has stepped up to the role. And I do like how they're doing. You know how when Den Watts was brought back, you had Vicky go and find Den. They've done the same thing for Zoe. They've had Tommy find Zoe. And it's also kind of ridiculous. How easy was it for Tommy to do it and not Alfie? Like, did Alfie just not actually text the number or anything? Did he really just like, bloody hell? Like, he was doing a shit job of it, essentially, is what I'm saying.
Do you know? All right, I don't know if anyone, for anyone who grew up in the 2000s, do you remember those two guys with the mustaches who drive the car? 118 or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's contacting that company instead. That's what he's been doing. Or he's been contacting Go Compare or Churchill.
Maybe not Go Compare.
Oh, I like Go Compare.
No, don't like the Go Compare guy.
Is he a piece of shit in real life?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, all of the Strictly controversies that happened last year, him. Him. Bellend, sex pest, perv. Allegedly. But fuck that. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. I am going to give it to the chair that Joel threw.
Oh, definitely. I do just want to say, right? Like, if you're getting mad at us for the ideology that we are speaking about this, I just find it funny. But yeah, I'm giving it to the chair, because he threw it. He got some speed.
He did launch it.
He did.
It still didn't make him look powerful, though. Like it didn't do the job.
But surely, if you want to look powerful, you punch a wall. Surely.
Yeah, but you still. Yeah, but the issue with that is it's gone the other way, and you do just look like a man-child. So.
No. Why doesn't he just, instead of like when he gets mad, why doesn't he just go, "How dare you? Oh, my daddy will sue you. Please love me."
He'll give you a hush money.
Oh no, he's doing the Vince McMahon. Oh no.
What's next?
Yeah.
Underrated. Who needs slapping down?
Underrated.
You go first.
I'm giving it to. Who am I giving it to? I'm giving it to Zach Raven.
Never get the name right. Drake Zagan.
Drake Sagan. Sorry. I just like him. He's such an idiot.
Underrated. I liked Okie's little origin story. It was fun enough. I got I played with the idea. And who needs slapping down?
Joel
or Okie. Either
or Paul.
Yeah. No, it's Anthony. Paul's
Anthony,
dead.
Sorry.
I killed Paul. If you listen to the podcast in reverse. Whatever that bollocks is.
It's subliminal messaging.
Exactly.
In songs. It's like how they say if you reverse the Barney song, he says he diddled kids.
Which definitely didn't happen, but, you know, if you say anything, enough people will believe it.
For context, in real
just
life,
like us saying that we are the best soap channel on YouTube. Isn't that true, guys? It's really true. It's really, really true.
The only for context, I'm just going to say the guy who played Barney, or the guy who did who was in the costume, he was just a sex therapist. That's all he was.
Yeah, we've had this conversation on the podcast before.
Yeah, just putting it out there. But yeah, he's just which I love. Imagine getting sex therapy from Barney.
Well, he's clearly not doing it in the voice, is he?
I want him to.
Yeah. Also, when are you getting sex therapy?
Never.
Me neither. Me neither.
Time to listen to fucking
Drake Sagan's sex therapy. Let's go.
Okay, no, this should be an alpha male.
Missionary for 3 minutes at a time.
Job in the parking lot, outside of Wendy's.
If she's not crying afterwards, she's not satisfied. Jesus. I feel dirty after saying that one.
Do the McDonald's so you feel less. So you feel more powerful.
Buy her a Happy Meal afterwards. It's really... bitches love toys. So I'm doing that like... Isn't that like a clip from the like Teen Island or whatever? The like Total Drama Island where it's like... where it's basically like Eminem. It's like, send her a smiley face. Bitches love smiley face. I don't know. Whatever dumb show that was from. Someone will get the reference and tell me what it is. All right. Do we have anything for the after show?
So next week, the holiday to Ash didn't happen today, but it will happen in October. So yeah, let's go. I got sick, so I had to come home. So yeah, that was it.
And I was devastated. I was spewing. So such a shame that it's been delayed. Oh no. Minor things. Second week of gymming. It's been alright. Don't think I've necessarily lost anything, but definitely going from doing 0 hours of cardio a week, but just doing like a walk every day, to doing 5 hours of cardio a week is a pretty stiff upheaval. Like, it's a little bit fierce. And the gym song of the week is where is it? It is Lose Control, which is the like music makes me lose control. And it's like, and then it's like the fucking get crazy, get wild. Fuck, it goes hard. Look, when you're 15 minutes on the treadmill and you've not run a single bit and you're feeling a little bit shagged, you need something to get the juice flowing. And fuck me, it was absolutely what I needed to get the juice going. Because the second the music makes you lose control, it starts blaring. I start sprinting like my life depends on it. Just like fucking... Oh, it's great. It was great. It was a great time. Yeah.
Because I like trying to imagine, could I animate a wrestling match? And obviously I was in the planning phase. I was like, I could do it for Christmas. And so obviously I have the entrance music from one of the wrestlers. And then I was like, what could I use for the superstar I want to use? Which is Jesus. And do you know what song I came up with, Ash?
All right.
Do you know the bit from Rob Zombie's Mango Number 5, Use My Body to Keep Me
Yeah,
Alive?
yeah. Never gonna stop me.
Yeah. So use that bit. Use my body to keep me alive. And then just have Dracula playing. Slam in the back of my Dracula. As you're coming out across.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you have to admit, right? Okay, look, I know this might be
as
bit
a Rob
religious.
Zombie fan, do love it.
Like, I don't like Rob Zombie, but if Jesus walked out of the tomb of Nazareth or wherever he is,
Dracula. he's got the cross above his head.
He's got a boombox or like ghetto blaster.
Cross is chained to his ankle. He's just gone over his shoulder.
You have to admit, lads. Look, you have to admit, religion would be more fun if you could put music in it. Like, come on.
I say that. No, you finish this. I had another dumb idea. Okay, so I was having dumb ideas of like, what if I were to ever like do some funny little like gaming EastEnders videos? And I was like, all right, one of the easy ones is you just make Albert Square in Sims. Easy. That feels like easy content. That's piss. Will I do it? Probably not. But I could. And then I went like UFC with like Phil Mitchell. And you properly make him all up. And he's just like, he doesn't do it. And you kind of... Oh, my headphones are off. I'm not saying you make him like a gammon, but he's like... You know, a lot of these fighters... Phil's not throwing any leg kicks. He's only going for haymakers. So you just have Phil Mitchell become like UFC champion or something. I've always had the dumb idea to have like an EastEnders characters like Royal Rumble. And then we do like serious commentary over it. Well, serious commentary over it. I just think that would be funny to do. And I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, my brain, I'm just like, wouldn't it be fun to do dumb like gameplay EastEnders videos? That would be funny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I do it.
those are my dumb ideas.
I do it. Yeah, but as I was saying, I was just thinking about like, because the match I want to do, in case I do actually like picture fed it, which picture fed is like 2 frames per second or three, where you don't do like the full sequence, you only do half the sequence. It was going to be Kurt Angle versus Jesus. So obviously Kurt Angle comes out, and then yeah, Dracula plays by Rum Zombie as he comes up the cross, and and then like you think, oh, it's not going to be a technical match, and then you watch it, and he's doing fucking leg takedowns, he's doing arm locks, he's doing like headlocks, he's fucking knocking in the 4-leaf clover, the move of the 1,005 holds. Like, I don't know, it's just weird shit like that. Because I like the idea that music can fit in anything if you try to. Like, like I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. It's it's like you could use Twilight music for the Bible, really, if you wanted to. And you think about it, because Twilight and the Bible are kind of the same thing, you know. Really, yeah. That's what I wanted to say. But on
Yeah,
the thoughts of like doing the dumb shit, I do like it. My only thing is, can I put a Twilight character in the Royal Rumble as a
no.
surprise? Can I put a Coronation Street character in it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we might have to actually get to those because ultimately you can only really do so much.
Oh my god, I have the idea. So obviously you have
Also,
Den
nobody
Watch.
steal these ideas. Fuck you, they're mine.
Oh,
Although, don't
you
think
have
about
the idea
the
of Den
TikTok
Watch.
clip that that the TikTok clip where someone made like the Emmerdale like set. That that was totally someone else's idea, but I thought it would be a fun idea.
Like, the idea you could have is you could have Den Watch enter, and then have Leslie Grantham enter because he's
Well,
from
I
Four
can't
Stars.
lie. It would mostly be about seeing what wrestlers are on like community creations, because I ain't.
I'd praise them.
Yeah, but it's also quite hard.
But yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
there we go.
It's a fun idea. Maybe Christmas Rumble. Here we go. Christmas Rumble, and then at the end you're just like, oh, here we go. And obviously, I'd try to do a thing where we'd actually have like relative entrance music, but we just play like a 5-second snippet of what it would be, and then it just goes into something else. But just something fun like that. Just some bollocks.
Well,
Just some absolute bollocks.
do it in Fire Pro because you can get literally anyone on Fire Pro, and I have it installed.
Yeah, but also I feel like I want it to look like proper wrestling.
Yeah, but it's Fire Pro. Come on, mate.
Yeah, but look, the casual, not gameplay audience, are they gonna want to see 2D graphic? Well, weird pseudo 3D.
Well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the podcast. I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, let me just make a little timestamp for the ending. And but yeah, there we are. Did you like this podcast? It ended up being more of a weird one, but hey, it was a fun one. Did go some directions. I'm not even looking at me. There we are. Did go some weird directions. And I hope it wasn't all horrifying to the ears. But no, it was good fun. It was a good podcast. For Piggy for Piggy barely being able to speak, you spoke a lot more than I thought you were gonna. So fair play. dying for the love of the game. But yeah, tell us if you like any of those stupid ideas, any of the stuff you would like to see. Because I don't like. I do play a lot of games. It would be fun to kind of do some dumb like game theme stuff to kind of like not like change the audience, but like just kind of just dick about with some like fun things. Can't wait for EastEnders to hit us with a DMCA claim. But no, I think it would be good fun. I think we should definitely think about some of those ideas. But yeah, there we are. That's the podcast. Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. We have been watching Walford. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.